Hey guys, I'm Zach and I draw cool stuff. I'd like to welcome you back to part 2 of my Goku and Krillin video. Today I'm going to be coloring this image with watercolor paints. I'm not going to lie, I cheaped out. I'm just using a pack of Faber-Castell dollar store paints here, but I think they do a good enough job. So, as you can see, I'm starting off here with Goku's skin tone, which didn't actually require all of that much mixing, but I think I used a little bit of ochre and added a pinch of red and a little bit of brown in there too, and it came up as a nice base tone. Then for my shadows, I came in with a whole heap more brown. I'm sorry, I can't be any more specific because the box for these paints doesn't actually say what shade each of these colors might be. But, you know, for a few dollars at the local IGA, what more can you ask for? When I was adding the watercolors to this, what I was really aiming for was to keep that classic 80s hand-painted animation frame kind of a look. So I kept my colors fairly soft, maybe a little blown out, deliberately, because I've always loved that look, going right back to old Game Boy game user manuals. For example, the old Pokemon games, their manuals for the old Red and Blue games, they had some amazing watercolor illustrations on the pages, and I've always wanted to emulate that. So here for Goku's uniform, I'm coming in with a red as opposed to an orange, and that's because in the original, at least the anime for Dragon Ball, their uniforms were actually red when Master Roshi first gave them to them before the World Martial Arts Tournament. Not orange, which caught me a little by surprise, I guess, when I went back and watched Dragon Ball again for the first time in years, because I'd watched Z for so many years and I just got so used to seeing everybody running around in orange jumpsuits. So, you know, again, I'm trying to keep it as close to what I remember from Dragon Ball. So, red geese. Now, unlike what I did with Goku's skin, when I come in and I add shading to the uniforms, all I've really done is increase the pigment and reduce the level of water as I add these shadows and darker tones. So I actually decided to leave Krillin's skin tone, I think, until the last thing I do on him, because I hadn't pre-mixed anything for him, and, you know, live and learn. I think next time I'll mix up a whole palette of every color I'm going to need just to streamline this a bit, but it's sometimes it's more about the journey than the destination, I guess. Initially, when I'd planned on making this video, this painting process, I was going to do this in real time. However, I was on Discord, on voice chat actually, and in the end, it just seemed like it would be easier to record this voiceover after the fact. So I didn't actually prepare what I was going to say, but you know, I think what I am going to say while I have your ear is, you know, I've neglected this channel quite a bit for quite a number of years now. But I'm coming back and I'm gonna try and make a real go of it this time. Because I have a fair bit of knowledge when it comes to art, and I feel like maybe I can... Maybe... even if I fail to teach anybody anything, at least I can show off. There's always that. So, I'm coming up on the end of their uniforms here, and again, strange things about Dragon Ball compared to Z with color. They always had blue wristbands, and actually I made a mistake, it turns out. With their shoes, they should have also been blue. But they had black belts, red uniforms, and blue wristbands and shoes. Which, obviously, they simplified when they came into Z, which I can only assume was to make it easier on the animation team. But with Krillin, I got to almost the end with him, and then sort of realized I'd forgotten to add his little forehead dots, so they come up in a minute. But they were a little bit sloppy, and when I show the finished image at the end, you can kind of see where my brush slipped on one or two of them. But it's okay. Oh yeah, here I go now. Confidently dashing down those little incense bones. Oh, and Goku's tail, I had no idea what color to make that, but in the end, I did the same approach for the uniforms, where I just laid down a brown base, fairly washed out, came back in with more pigment, less water, and I believe, yeah, I just could not get those belts to be as black as I wanted with watercolor. But yeah, this is the end of the video, guys. I'd like to thank you for watching once again. Please like, subscribe, and peace.